Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay. So, how they got it is how they're going to lose it. If they got it the wrong way, if they did the wrong things, if they stole from people, if they lied on people, if they manipulated situations to go in their favor, whatever they gained off of doing those things is exactly how they're going to lose it. Now, some of these people, they may not experience this loss immediately. Some of these people are going to experience this loss at a time when they are in dire need, when they're basically losing everything. Now, the reason for this crap, and I say this crap, is because what they did against us was crap. How they treated us was crap. How they set us up was crap. How they attacked us was crap. Not only was it crap, it was against the will of God. So, these people enacted certain rude, ridiculous behaviors coming up against us, right? And they've actually pissed off God. Now, I would not want to be the one that pisses off God, personally. I just would not want to do that. The reason why I would not want to be the one that pisses off God is because I don't want to be on his bad side. In fact, majority of my life, I have done my best to not be on God's bad side. Now, if I'm on the bad side of other individuals, that usually is not my fault because I haven't done anything to them other than be authentic, other than be real, other than be honest and truthful. And as I've said before, some people don't like the truth. Some people don't like honesty because they themselves are not honest. Some people are not real because they choose to wear masks, they choose to be fake, they choose to be fraudulent. And that's how they have gained a lot of what they have, by wearing masks, by being fake, by being fraudulent. And as I said earlier, that's how they're going to end up losing a lot of what they've gained, because they gained it off of being fake, fraudulent, and manipulative in order to gain something for themselves and negatively affecting another person and or sacrificing another individual. So how they got it is how they're going to lose it. So that could be that same thing happening to them in their lives down the road, where they're manipulated, they're tricked, they're fooled. I'm going to share this story with you. You know, there are these guys, men, they get a car that they love, right? They buy a brand new car. They may buy a brand new car, get something that they love, they really want, right? And they worked hard for it, possibly. They worked hard for it, possibly. And they find themselves attracting a girl or someone that finds them attractive, not because of who they are, but because of the car that they drive, right? So they're finding this person to be attractive because of what they're driving. Maybe the way they look, they might be attractive somewhat, right? They might have muscles, they might have some kind of look to them. Who knows? But let's say this girl knows that there are other guys or other girls out there that are looking at this guy. And she does not want anybody else to look at this guy. So she decides, I'm going to lock this guy down. I'm going to get pregnant, and that way this guy will commit to me. And he will leave, hopefully, the other girls alone. I have him. I'll have his car, or his looks, I'll have his sex, I'll have his baby, and that will be for me and nobody else. Now, because they're choosing to engage in that kind of behavior, right? Let's say this man worked hard for that vehicle. He worked at the grocery store or whatever. He saved up his money, possibly. Went and bought this vehicle, and that was supposed to be not only his getting around vehicle, but a passion of his. This girl gets pregnant. Well, now all of his money has to go to this girl that's going to have his baby. Has to find a place. Has to find a better job if he can. He's going to have to buy Pampers and milk formula and so on and so forth, right? Now, this is an example of how a girl or a female can take advantage of a man and derail him off of his purpose and or his goals in life. Now, let's say they have this child. Now, he's basically taking care of a family that he did not plan on taking care of, but this girl came on to him, put her hooks in him, and now, 9 months later, they have a child, and he has to take care of it. He feels it's his duty to take care of this child. Well, that sports car may end up getting parked, right? I've seen this on barn finder shows. Brand new vehicles that were purchased years ago end up getting parked, and they only have, a few thousand miles on them, if that. Car ends up getting parked. That parked vehicle ends up being assigned to him of when his life basically changed to go in a different direction that he didn't plan on. He didn't plan on it, but she planned that. She planned out his life as far as her being attached to him through this baby, not necessarily love. It all started off of a car. It all started off with maybe some attractiveness in her using her sex in order to gain, right? Now, years go by. They not only have one child, they have two child, maybe three children, right? He's in a career that he does not like. He's doing something that he doesn't enjoy, but it pays the bills, it brings in the money, right? Every time he comes home, he sees that car parked, because that was basically his car of freedom. And he felt like when he got married, when he got attached, had children, he lost his freedom. Now, he's bitter, resentful, and when he starts to realize that the woman he's with really doesn't love him, really didn't care about him, just basically took advantage of him because she saw what she wanted, he starts to act out. He starts to go out and starts to seek other excitement, the same excitement he had from years ago. The freedom that he had before, but he lost because he got tied down to someone he really didn't want to get tied down to. How you get them is how you lose them. You took something away from him. You took away his choice. You forced something on him. That wasn't right.